First, let's define peer. A peer is a person who belongs to or identifies with the same group as other people. For our purposes, a peer is a person who self-identifies as somebody with a history of mental illness, addiction, and/or trauma. People like us. So the first question that we have, and we'll go ahead and start with Traci on the end, is have you disclosed that you are a peer at your workplace? And then why or why not, and do you recommend do other people tell? And I'll remind you of the follow-up questions.
Actually, I have been very lucky that the places I've worked in, I have been a very supportive environment where it's been mental health. However, that mental health center, like I said, it's very hard when you're coming out and, just sharing that you're a peer or that you have somebody with a lived experience. But the reality is, that's only a small part of who to my symptoms. That's not who I am as a person. My strengths are what brought me to the table. You hired me because I had a vision, I made the vision happen. So I think that, sharing your story is important because it empowers other people. They say 1 in 4, have a mental illness. Well, I remember one day when we were sitting down there and, we probably were going to a meeting with some nurses and there were some doctors and that sort of thing. And they were talking about, as if I wasn't there, us people, and that sort of thing. And so I said, I wanted to add too that there is a statistic 1 in 4. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 2 of us in this room have a mental illness, so some of us might be a little offended the way this conversation's going. And that's kind of how I had to be at that point. But again, I understand the other side of it, that sometimes people fear for their jobs. This is their income, this is their livelihood. But I think that for myself, I felt like I had to be the voice because I know there were other people that were in silence. And everybody has bad days. We all get sad, except ours is a symptom. We all get excited and angry. Ours is a symptom. We all have these same feelings. So and we don't have to call it a mental illness. We can talk about those feelings and make it an open environment for people to share.
Just to ask a quick follow-up question to that, do you recommend that people tell? I know that's hard, but in your personal opinion, if somebody said, should I disclose at my workplace that I am a peer, what would you personally tell that person?
I think it depends on what their comfort level is. If there is a need for accommodations and that sort of thing, I think it's important that you voice those, you speak those out. Sometimes taking breaks or having a change in schedule can make you a more productive worker, cause less stress and that sort of thing. If you feel that sharing is going to cause more stress for you, then, take time to get to know the environment that you're going in. For me personally, I've learned that I will never put myself in a position again where I would feel that kind of stress where I was not accepted for who I am. But I understand that there's opportunities out there that, you just can't turn down. But I think it really depends on you as an individual. Do you feel like you need to share? I mean, some people feel like I just need to get this out. Some people, I could not hold it in. I'm like I used to tell people when I did speakings, I'm the lunatic that runs the asylum. Take me as I am. And so, I really feel that, it really depends on you and what your comfort level it is. And why do you feel the need to share? Because you can share pieces of your life and that sort of thing that cause you stress, and other people will share pieces of their lives and cause them stress, and you might find that common bond there, and people with that internet, like that intercommunication happening, people will tend to open up to each other, and you can build relationships and then pursue it a little further. But that really depends on the individual, I believe.